Man, we here with RJ Riddle and special guest interviewer Rich P for Battle of the Culture Visuals and Podcasts. Man, look, I don't usually do these interview things, man, but I'm glad that the first time I do this, man, like I'm able to do it with an artist that actually has lyrical content, bro.
Appreciate that. Appreciate you saying that, man. I done checked out some of your shit too, man. You pretty dope, so
well, thank you.
That respect is definitely mutual.
That's what's up. Let the people know a little bit about you, man, before we get into those in-depth questions.
Okay, so for those that don't know, my name is RJ Riddle. I represent an organization called Covenant Culture, and I just put out a few EPs throughout the course of 2020. I actually had the full collection of the EPs dropped today, so you can check that out on Spotify, Tidal, YouTube, whatever flow show go, you can find me. I'm in the community. I mentor as well, and I'm just always working to get better and do what we can for our people.
All right. So, how long you been doing music, bro? Because the way you rap and the things you talk about, I can tell you ain't just start doing this yesterday, man. So give me a little bit about your background and how you figured out that music was the path you wanted to take.
So I started writing, I wrote my first song like 4th grade. And but I had this love of basketball, it's typical most
yeah.
It's kinda like for me it's kinda like what J. Cole was talking about when he didn't make the team and so many others, but
yeah, you either ball or rap, dog.
Yeah, so but I realized I was actually good, when I was like 10. I had this like 5th grade, I had this little girlfriend and stuff. I used to be writing her songs and stuff.
Okay.
I wish I was smart enough to keep copies of it, what I'm saying? But I would write her songs and stuff. But I still stayed on basketball. Freshman year I didn't make the team, cried my eyes out. And my sophomore year I didn't make the team as well. So I'm just like thinking to myself, like, what am I good at? What am I good at? Like, I know this regular life ain't, I gotta have something that I'm good at.
Right.
And so I was just trying to find my path. I played the football team a little bit, was working out with the football team, different stuff. And then I just started writing music, and, I was in this creative writing class, and I realized like how good I was. And after then, I just never looked back.
That's what's up. So, when you, like, what was the first song you recorded? Like, do you remember what the first song you recorded was?
The first song I recorded, I was with my guy, Mike Goldsmith. Shout outs to Musical Genius. I was 17. I recorded this song called "Coming for the Game."
Okay.
Hell yeah, I recorded that in the closet. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really know much about the mixing and mastering aspect. He just had a mic, and I was just hungry and wanted to record, so he just,
That's what's up. Now, I know you put out a LP that's a collection of EPs that you put out throughout the years.
Yeah.
And it's called Reconstruction.
Yeah.
Reconstruction, Reconstructed, right?
Yeah. What I put out that came out today, the collection is entitled Reconstruction, Reconstructed, because we had to we remastered a couple tracks, we remixed a couple tracks and tried to make it sound a little better, But the EPs that I put out, it was supposed to be my version of what happened in the Reconstruction era, post Emancipation Proclamation.
Okay.
Where slavery was abolished. Our people had to think about, we can either stay here and work for labor, or we leave out somewhere and we venture out on a new life. And a lot of our people left because, we was like, man, anything is better than what we've been dealing with. But then some people stayed because they didn't want to, it was a weird comfort in that. Mm-hmm. But then, also within Reconstruction emerged, the Reconstruction era emerged, one of our greatest leaders in Frederick Douglass. Mm-hmm. And he was, working to create black-owned banks and, different things for our people. But, they was dealing with other, these, obviously racist parties like what is it called, red shirts and this other organization called White League, and also dealing with KKK and stuff like that too. So
wait, you mean there was a racist organization called the White League?
Yeah. No. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying, but honestly though, even thinking about it, like, current times, like, look at everything that's going on, you know what I'm saying? And so it might not necessarily be exactly to a T, but you look at all the stuff going on, man, there's people still out here marching and protesting for stuff that's been going on since George Floyd in May. But then, the Breonna Taylor, there's so many names, man, you can really keep up with all the names, but then you still got to think about it, like, we still feeling it from Trayvon Martin, and then Eric Gardner, Mike Brown, Seville Smith. You know what I'm saying? So my mom's actually called me about Seville Smith because my mom had grew up with his mom. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, so yeah, me and him didn't necessarily we ain't necessarily kicked it, but still that's like extended family. You know what I'm saying? So I remember, like, my mom don't cry, so she a rock. So when she called me on that, and I just heard it in her voice, she was hurt. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, but it's crazy though.
So, and then now this project, like, it embodies all of that.
Yeah.
So basically, like, it's quite a bit to unpack, but it sounds like something that is very necessary for people to listen to, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like we need that kind of content. Somebody needs to talk about that kind of stuff, bro.
Yeah, everybody got their way of dealing with, everybody got their way of dealing with everything. Some people choose not to deal with it at all. Some people just like, well, I still got to live my life. And, everybody is like, we doing what we feel like we need to do to just, keep moving forward. Even me, and it's crazy because you got to, like, it's hard to not feel it, but it's like you literally have to, like, desensitize and detach yourself sometimes so you're not stuck. And that's crazy, like, to think about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, you're not never supposed to let nothing
like not care or nothing like that.
Yeah, like, it's like, it's almost making you feel like in order to keep going, you gotta not be human sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
So.
Because there's so much happening. Like, it's happening back to back. It's happening so fast and so quick, so rapidly. Like, you ain't got time to feel that shit, bro.
Yeah, man. It's
like, so then by the time, like, it's like, okay, you know what, man? Like I was just saying, bro, like I be having to get away sometime, bro, and like throw myself into the tunes or something.
Yeah, you know man, what I mean? Because like you gotta think, look at all the all the crashes and the accidents that's going on. Then even outside the police brutality, man, there's people, we still getting shot down, we still losing brothers to the streets. You know what I'm saying? Then you gotta think, man, these crazy, these kids coming up missing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's so much stuff going on. Then you got your personal, you know what I'm saying? You got your personal, things that you're dealing with. So it's like, I remember, matter of fact, Monisha, I remember you mentioned it. You said this years ago. It was like years ago when we was in my basement at my old house. You said something about the diffusion of responsibility. And that kind of creep in because it's just like, as much as I want to, I can't because of, and it's like we, like, literally numbing ourselves, and then it's like teaching each other, like, basically not to care, not to, it's getting to the point where it's like, you know what I'm saying, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. So
I just think about it like, a lot of these pressures and, like, all of this stuff didn't just start happening.
Fact.
It's just that with social media, now we get to actively see everything happening in real time, damn near, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, before, you might see a small tidbit in the newspaper about that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, wasn't no photos, wasn't none of that shit. So, right. But now, like, with social media, every time you log in, it's some bullshit going on. And then, like, people choose to care more, like, it's a lot of real shit going on in the world, but people choose to care more about, like, fictional shit, bro, I see. Like, they get mad about TV shows. Like, they lash out about that kind of shit. And they be like, well, it's a TV show, bro.
Right.
Like, it's fictional. If you go outside, it's real shit happening out there. You know what I'm saying? But like when you talk to them about that, and you don't even get a response, bro. And I think that's backwards.
Yeah, you know, and everybody, you know, we all got our process though, cause you know, I remember hearing people talk about, you know, just you know, stuff about Black history, things like that, and I would hear it, but you know, I didn't understand it. You know what I'm saying? So I think now everybody just got to come to terms with their own understanding. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we just got to take it one step at a time. You know, so because I know I have days I just really just be sitting thinking. You know, because even with everything going on, you know, I just lost a student that I was mentoring to gun violence. You know, shout out to Sidney Wright, rest in peace. You know, but then also too dealing with that the same day. You know, my uncle got out of prison. You know, he been locked up since I was like 6. You know what I'm saying? And so that happened literally. He got killed. He got out of jail. So it's like I literally had to like spend the whole day just like letting everything out just to go see him. You know, because I ain't want to bring that
take that over there. Yeah.
You know, so it's like all this stuff going on. You know, I just realized. You know, you just got to take it a step at a time. You know, one step at a time and just stay focused. You know what I'm saying? Because every day is a new day to get better and make a step further. You know,
I'm a firm believer in that, bro.
Yeah.
So, 3, 2. All right. So, with the type of content that that you talk about in your music and the way that you think, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are some of your inspirations? Like, what are some things that inspire you? Like, you know, in art or, you know, like travel? Like, what are some things that like inspire you to create?
You know, a lot of it really just come down to like my perspective based off you know, my experiences and things I've experienced. But then also too, you know, when I started studying you know, history more, you know, it's like it made me want to you know, be more intentional about, you know, the message that I'm sending out. You know, I try not to be too over the head with it because everybody already, you know, identified that with me as far as, you know, so I try not to be too much over the head with it, but it's just finding my way to be able to like give my truth and, you know, put some history into it at the same time. You know what I'm saying? You know, like others like, you know, Tupac done it a lot, you know, Black Thought, you know, J. Cole, Kendrick, really everybody, you know, putting out everything from their perspective. So I just try to, you know, but, you know, just living life and, you know,
Okay. So, with, you know, with everything, like what we talked about, going on this year, like with your music, right?
Yeah.
What is it that you look to accomplish with, like, what are your goals as a musician?
So,
or like as a, you know, as an artist, like what are some of the things that you aim to accomplish?
You know, one thing is, you know, always looking for ways to, you know, be able to educate, you know, not like we some just, I'm a grade A philosopher or anything like that, but, you know, just like how, you know, I remember listening to a song from like 97 from Black Thought. He was just rapping and he gave a lot of insight on, you know, certain things about pro-blackness and just different things like that. But, you know, also too with music, you know, of course, you know, I want to be able to, you know, have it something sustainable for me, you know, my family, and, you know, when we talk about building generational wealth, but, you know, I just want to find different ways to, you know, really help out in the community. You know, so if that's music, if that's mentoring, you know, if I can use these platforms to help me, you know, get to other things, you know. So
okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna ask next. Like, is there anything outside of music that, you know what I'm saying, that you feel you could do to do that? You said you do mentoring.
Yeah, I've been mentoring for the last 5 years, and I real talk, I ain't gonna lie, definitely be some days where it's like, but you know, like it's a certain thing that go with that I kind of enjoy just as much as doing music sometimes, you know. And you know, music is like, of course, it's like my escape, like we talked about earlier, like escaping. So if nothing else, I can use it to vent, and you know, but being able to, you know, one of the greatest things for me that I can honestly say was just being able to get certain youth that I mentored into the studio and seeing them actually like thrive in the craft that they doing. And you know, they graduated from high school and they still coming, they still doing their thing, and it's like it's great to see, you know, cause I just remember being, you know, me being in high school, or you know, anybody in high school growing up, you wish you had somebody that could help you like take those first steps to, even if that's not the thing that made you get all the way there, but just help you start stepping into that field, you know. And so definitely a good thing to see.
That's what's up, man. Like, we need more people that are willing to help each other, bro. Like, I mean, we had this conversation off camera, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a lot of, especially in Milwaukee, it's a lot of crab in the bucket syndrome.
Yeah.
And I don't know where that trauma comes from, but it's relevant. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know, we try to, you know, of course, you know, we try not to focus too much on it. You know, we trying to stay focused on it. So, cause you know, when you think about it, you talk about it with people, man, it can seem like, I don't know, it can seem like you know, like you being negative or you hating, but in reality, it's
you gotta bring light to the issue though.
No,
you know, you ain't gotta dwell on it, but like, you know what I'm saying? You bring light to the issue, like, because you don't want to ignore the thing, the glaring issue.
The issue, because it's not even just, you know, sometimes the crab in the barrel thing, it cannot even just be about the fact that you dealing with the crabs in the barrel, but it could just be, that's the constant thing that's stopping anybody from growing.
Exactly. That's the point. Yeah, that's the point I'm making. Yeah.
You know, and so yeah, definitely that. And I say it like that because I had to realize that too. You know, sometimes like, I do be stuck on it sometimes. I'm like, damn, bro, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that, I'm trying to work with this, I'm trying to work with that one. You know, then I realized, I'm like, man, you just gotta stay focused. You can't dwell on it too much. You know, and yeah, man, but it's definitely that mentality that we gotta be able to put our egos aside and really be like, yo, let's make this shit happen. Because, you know what I'm saying, if we all punching through together, we all helping, we all punching each other through, like, you know, realizing like we coming together as a shield, none of us leaning on the shield too much, but we build, like, you know, we all building each other up, and we start punching at that door, the door ain't gonna help but to come open.
Exactly. Everybody want to like be the one, and I can't say everybody. I misspoke with that, like, but I think that's the thing, like you said, it ain't just one person dealing with it. It's a plethora of people dealing with it, which therefore makes it a huge thing, like, you know what I'm saying? But I said that to say this, we need more people like that, bro, that are willing to help, and people who are willing to be helped without thinking that. That's the problem with a lot of people. They don't want to ask for help, bro.
Yes. Yeah, because it's
like, think about that. Like, I've heard a lot of people say that. Like, man, you know, I was young, man. I was ashamed to ask for help, and it's like, bro,
you should never. And it's crazy because we be, you know, when we have kids, we teach that to our kids. Like, never be afraid to ask for nothing. You know, I teach that. You know, I try to talk to my students, like, you know, when school was going on and I was in the schools, it's like, bro, like, if you need something, come holler at me. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't, you know. Just you know, just holler at me, keep it real with me, so I know everything that's going on, and I can figure out the best way to help you. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if it's something that I might not want to hear, at least just tell me the truth. Like, don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to ask for help, whatever the situation may be. You know what I'm saying? And so, but it's hard to teach that. Well, we teaching that, but then it's like we afraid to ask for help as ourselves. It's like,
yeah, we ain't practicing what we preach.
Especially us, as, you know, our pride and our ego kick in as men. So you know, we really like, you know, asking for help. We don't want to seem like we less of a man, and it's just like, man. But then sometimes, you know, but then it's crazy though, because when you do reach out for help, sometimes it's like you get the cold shoulder.
Yeah, then it'd be like, see, this one I ask for help.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, but I'm learning too, you know, even with that, is like, you know, that's why it's like certain people, you know, everybody not, you know, but like, You know, my guy Raza right here, you know what I'm saying, on the camera, he been holding me down, you know. That, man, always come through. So I appreciate you, bro, because you know what I'm saying, you make this shit come to light. You know, Monisha, I appreciate you because, you know, when I was just doing the open mics and stuff, you know what I'm saying, you, I met you through Pandry. And then that's how we got connected. We was doing them shows, man. That was some of the funnest times at Lux and, you know, everywhere we was going. So and then you helping out with this right now. So, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So just, you know, we helping each other, you know, and I appreciate y'all, you know.
Yes indeed, bro.
So
yeah, now let's bring it back around to your creative side a little bit, right?
okay.
Are you working on, I know you just put the LP out, but are you working on anything new right now?
Yeah, I've been working on something new. We've been working on this for, funny backstory, shout out to SD Producers, man, that's my brother. But yeah, so I was working on this album for like the last, like, you know, couple years. And I was just writing songs and he was randomly making beats to him and different stuff like that. But then he just called me one day. I'm catching the bus home from work, and literally it's like a 20-minute walk from the bus out to my house. So I'm walking and talking to him. He like, bro, you need to put out some more material before your album, like, you know, like do something to, you know what I'm saying, you don't want to just drop the album out while you still trying to, you know, build up your your fan base and stuff and supporters. And I was like, all right. But in my mind, I'm like, damn, okay, what are we gonna do? And then he called me. He was like, he actually pitched the idea out about Reconstruction. So that's what made me like, oh, for real. So he was like, yes, you know. So the first thing, Reconstruction. I look up the Reconstruction era. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I went to one of the teachers the history teacher at North Division. And I talked to him about the Reconstruction era. He gave me some stuff to look up, you know. So shout outs to him for that. So that's what kind of like made me start, you know, coming up with inspiration to put together these EPs.
Okay.
So.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, my bad. That's my mistake. I thought it was like EPs that were released over time that you put out as one album.
So, in January, I put out the first Reconstruction. In May, I put out the second Reconstruction, and then in September, I put out the third one. And so now I just wanted to put them all together so that way people don't have to.
So they all dropped this year. That was this year that they all dropped.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, but I put them together so that way when people, they can, you know, as they're looking at my name, they might not want to go this way, they can get them all together too.
I mean, that was a good idea though. I mean, that's, you know what I'm saying. And now you technically got 4 projects out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like. Look at it like that, like Cat's putting out these deluxe editions now.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You drop a album with 25 records on it, then next week you get the deluxe edition with 32 records on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what Chris Brown did that, and Gunna and all them cats did that, bro. Lil Uzi Vert.
Yeah, it's just, you know, especially right now, like, you know, it's just giving material out, and, you know, a lot of the tracks that you know, the tracks I did was experimental. So most of those tracks, you know, me and Dom was actually talking about them. Like, it's only, realistically speaking, one of the only songs that I had wrote that was recently wrote was Cypher.
Okay.
It's dope. Man, I appreciate this, man. But yeah, so what I wanted to do was, you know, while I was thinking about the like Reconstruction, I was like, man, I don't want to be too over the head, because then it might come out as boring or too, you know what I'm saying? And so I was just trying to find ways, but I was just like pulling from different songs that I had wrote like just years ago. And Don sent me this beat. He sent me the beat for Punchlines.
Okay.
And he actually he had the main science of the hook down. And so I really just came up with the verse, and then I kind of just like retweaked the hook, so it's like, you know, it was like how I wanted to say it. But yeah, so that kind of just like catapulted it, and then I'm just like, let me try this song. I was just pulling from like old notebooks, and that's what kind of came about. So I'm kind of proud to see it come out like that too.
That's what's up, man. It's always good to be proud of your work, bro. Like, that be the main thing. Like, putting it together, like. To all the artists and creatives out there, right? I know y'all can vouch for this. Working on a project is fun.
Yes.
The most excruciating part about it is like figuring out what songs you're going to put on the project.
Yeah.
Like if you record, like what I had to learn was, I know my first project I put out, I had like 17 records. I recorded 17 records. Okay.
Oh God, you be thinking everything you record, just.
And like I had to learn, like, hey, bro, you could have cut like 8 of them, fam. Like you could have had a solid 9, you know. But see, that's what I do now. Like a lot of times I over-record, bro.
Yeah.
Like if I know how many tracks I want to aim for, and then I record double that. Like if I want to do a 10-track project, I'll record 20 records. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like for you to have, like, did you have any leftover tracks for the Reconstruction project?
Yeah, I had plenty. Well, specifically for the Reconstruction thing, because a lot of them was like, it was songs that I had wrote. Years ago, but then it was songs that I had, been working on. I'm like, damn, well, I wonder if I should put this on here too. I wonder if I said it was gonna go for the album or this or that and the third, but so yeah, I
didn't like fit the flow or something like that.
It didn't fit the flow, and it was just like, it was like, okay, let's like have it something to look forward to and something else too. So
yeah.
I'm real particular when it comes down to what I want my next project to sound like. I'll be writing, I'll write stuff, but sometimes I take like 6 months to really just like listen to different music and figure out what it is that I want what I want the message to be or what I want to get across. I take 6 months just listening to different music. Like I remember when I was before I got my own crib, I remember I spent like 6 months listening to just plenty Funkadelic and Parliament.
Mm-hmm.
Then I started listening to other just fusion rock bands. Just trying to come up with like just listening to different sounds, different specifically different black artists, like seeing like different ways we was like getting messages across and stuff like that. Parliament has some dope shit. Then when they became Funkadelic, it was just like Funkadelic was just a lot of music, but the title was the message was in the title sometimes, and it just like what was the name of it? It was free your mind and your ass will follow.
Mm-hmm.
All they said throughout the whole thing was free your mind and your ass will follow. Literally.
But that music was jamming, boy. You that motherfucker like.
Yeah.
But see, that message was getting down in your subconscious though. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't even know.
Right.
It's like seeing the fucking McDonald's commercial. You ain't hungry.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that motherfucker done came on like 15, 20 times while you watching The Bachelor, and now you want a Big Mac.
Right.
But you wasn't even hungry. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's that same kind of shit. Like, and what you said, artists out there, listen to this, okay? If you do rock music, listen to other genres. If you do rap, listen to other genres, okay? I don't care what you do, listen to other genres of music if you are a creative, okay? Like, that's the only way to expand your ear and your knowledge of music. Like, that's the only way to do that.
And I listen to, man, I ain't gonna lie, I listen to just as much like R&B and neo soul as I do rap music. It'd be funny though, cause sometimes I'll be riding with my pops, and then my pops, he's 60, he old, so I don't even want to hear rap. I'm like, pops, I know most of the rap because of you, and I'm old now, so I don't want to listen to this. So then we find somewhere mellow to play, but it's just like he put me on. He had me listen to Outkast, but he had me listen to just as much like Maxwell and D'Angelo and some Erykah Badu. Some of my favorite artists. Like Maxwell is one of my favorite artists.
Yeah, Maxwell, dog.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm still waiting on that Night, on that Black Summer. He dropped Black, he dropped Summer. Then we waiting on Night, bro.
Man, yeah, dog. And I like the way he did that too, with the slight switch of the
with the capital letters and shit.
Man, did
Maxwell dropped Night, fam. Quit playing.
Yeah, he just out playing. I seen him both times he came here, man. That shit was fucking fire, dog. That shit is fire.
Where was he? He was at Summerfest one year, wasn't he? Or what was that?
I don't know about Summerfest, but I seen him both times he came to the Riverside Theater.
Okay.
So,
all right.
First time I was up like higher. Second time I was a little lower. That shit was dope. I also seen Marsha from Poetry. She had opened it up and she was singing, and we actually got there a little late, but when I got in there she was on Say Yes, so everybody was rocking, and then she got to hitting them high notes and shit. I'm like, she tearing that shit up, like, you going crazy. And I actually had the privilege of meeting her because we ended up getting some backstage passes and shit. And,
that's what's up, bro.
It was dope. She dope. She actually sung happy birthday to my friend too. That was pretty dope.
Bro, Marsha, bro, she damn near like done wrote a lot of these hits out here, bro. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like Marsha low key got that pen, bro. She got a hell of a pen, fam.
Yeah, I got her album in the car. Matter of fact, I need to play that shit again. She nice. But yeah, man, Maxwell. It's just so many different. Man, I love R&B just as much as I love R&B and soul music just as much as I love hip hop and rap. I like to listen to some jazz sometimes. I listen to, one time I be in my car, my dad be playing these little old CDs, I'm like, what was this? What was his name? I think it was George Benson, so I'm listening to some of that. My birthday is the same day as Jackie Wilson, so you know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
I gotta,
okay.
So, yeah.
Sharing the date with a legend. Shout out R.I.P. Jackie Wilson, man. But bro, George Benson, fam. Some of the smoothest shit ever, bro. Breezing, fam. Breezing, bro.
It's
a classic.
I like that, and I like what was it called? It was like 6-7 minutes long. It was called The Masquerade.
This Masquerade,
Yep. That mo was so smooth. It was funny. I was listening to that when I had dropped my brother off. At the airport, and I was listening to it on the way back. And I'm like, man, this shit's smooth. Like,
This Masquerade, that's a hit too, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. But
that's what's up, man. I'm glad to hear that you fuck with like other types of cause I be like sometimes I be talking to cats, like even my little cousins, like cause they love Future now. So it'd be like, bro, check this out. Right. Like I slide them some Toto or something. Like I know they ain't finna listen to this. Just slide it to them. Check out this Phil Collins real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like just something different. You know what I'm saying?
Phil Collins is dope. I started listening to Phil Collins off the Tarzan soundtrack.
Yeah, bro. Like cats sleeping, bro.
Yeah, man.
Sleeping on Philly. But yeah, that's what's up, dog. Like I just like rap is like my least listened to genre. Like when I rap, people say I sound like Jay. They assume that Jay-Z is like, oh, you listen to Jay, your favorite rapper, ain't he? Be like, bro, honestly, I didn't get into Jay till the Blueprint, bro. Like,
the Blueprint is
like that was the first Jay album I actually went, bought, and listened to, bro, because I liked the single, the H to the Izzo joint.
H to the Izzo.
So but before that, bro, I grew up listening to the blues, bro. Like I was a huge B.B. King fan. Like I got like 4 pictures with B.B. King, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like at 3 years old, fam. Right. With the B.B. King records in my hand, right?
That's dope.
So then like after that I was listening to a lot of like, jazz and shit like that. Grover Washington, George Benson, bro. Like so it's cool. Earth, Wind and Fire, you know what I'm saying?
And that's
it's cool that you mention them people, bro.
And that's why it's dope because certain so what made me come up with my inspiration sometimes to listen to like older music, or what's deemed as older music, you know what I'm saying? So I'm 26. Some of this shit we talking about was out before I was born.
Yeah, bro.
So I listened to a track. So one track in particular I was listening to was D'Angelo. Was D'Angelo Send It On? That shit's so fucking fire.
Mm-hmm.
They said it was a medley, from Kool and the Gang, The Tranquility. So I'm listening to it, I'm like, oh, this shit's so fucking fire. So now I'm listening to more of them, just like
you listen to the original Kool and the Gang record.
So it's like, so now it's making me listen to more of that shit, cause like, even some artists is like some artists we be real, like you heard of them, but you never really studied them and never really dived in. Exactly. So now I'm just like, it's stuff that I dove into that certain people they probably don't even listen to as much, but now I'm listening to other stuff and I'm just like, it's always like, it's just continuous learning. Just always learning, always listening to other stuff and always finding more ways to be inspired. You know what I'm saying?
Like I discovered, I didn't discover, but I found out that one of the artists that inspired me the most, bro, is like when people know what this answer is, they be like, "What, bro?" Okay, David Bowie, fam. For me, David Bowie was one of the most innovative rock stars of all time, bro. Like, for the simple fact that not one of this man albums sound the same, dog.
That's fire. You know how talented you gotta be.
Dude, David Bowie was that nigga, bro. Like, I know he wasn't. Oh, we done stopped. So yeah. All right, man. So yes, once again, we here with RJ Riddle, and I feel like we just had a very great conversation, man. I feel like we unloaded a lot of different things, and we talked about a lot that was on our mind, bro. This was more than an interview. This was a conversation.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Battle of the Culture podcast and visuals. I am your special guest interviewer, Rich P. You can find me at Ritual P on all streaming platforms. That's on Twitter, Instagram. What's that other website? Facebook. Facebook. You can find me on that. And then where can they find you at, man?
You can find me on Facebook and Instagram under RJ Riddle. You can find my music. It's RJ Riddle on all streaming platforms. Tidal, Spotify, YouTube Music, everything that's out here. Apple Music, iTunes, all that.
Oh, everywhere, man. Everywhere.
Yeah, I was finna say Google. I was finna say Google Play because I you know what I'm saying. I got a Samsung, so I was using Google Play, but Google Play is no longer a thing. They just partnered up with YouTube Music. So
oh damn, for real?
Yeah, that shit. You know what? It's kind of a bummer for me a little bit because but now YouTube, they got this thing they be putting together. I be listening to so much music now for real because like at first I would specifically type in certain names and look up, but now YouTube got this way of putting these like random ass playlists together. So I've been listening to everything. I'm like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Man.
Oh shit, I gotta look into that now. Google own YouTube or Gmail or. Yeah, they own all that shit anyway.
In some type of way, it's some type. They all linked together. But I think that's dope because YouTube is more of a when people look for music, they gonna look on YouTube before they gonna look for Google. You know what I'm saying? Like Google Play Music.
Hell
so
yeah.
With
that being said, man, shout out Battle of the Culture podcast and visuals. Make sure y'all go and like them on Facebook. We out.
All right, peace and love, y'all.
When life hits you with reality, people do what they do, naturally. But we've been manipulated, turned into casualties. Any story of us being less than great are fallacies. Our proof is kings and queens found all through the papers. They put claims on the world we created, then stripped us from our nature. You always been great. And you seen the proof, but was too blinded by smoke screens to realize it's true. Fantasies and dreams collide, so we get confused. Yeah, a compliment is cool, but you need to see the gifts in you. Cause the world will play you for a fool, but only if you let it. Believe in yourself. Your dreams, don't neglect it. Cause if you do, you'll always regret shit. And the skills you have keep you on your travels. When it's time to battle, what you know will keep you from getting rattled. The composition coming at us from all angles. Don't let your spirits get strangled. Demons coming at us, pretending it's angels. Plus it's slavery through history and current times. It plays to recurring minds. It's getting harder to pretend it's fine, cause it's been too much blasphemy. Spiritually, physically, and systematically, I can feel the attack on me. But I refuse to stay discouraged, getting lost in distracting schemes. Cause it's either live the dream or become another casualty. So who will you be when you wake up and face reality? Will you live unhappy or be free and let your talents evolve naturally? Reconstruction.